If you try to step on a cockroach, you usually miss. If you somehow do manage to stomp on it with all your weight, you might lift your shoe only to watch it scurry under the fridge unharmed. And if you somehow manage to chop its head off, it would still live for another week. This is the cockroach. They have been crawling across the Earth for about 1 million years, which means they survived the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. They are universally hated, but they are arguably the most perfectly engineered survivors in the animal kingdom. I'm going to show you why they are nearly impossible to squish, how they dodge your shoe, and the disgusting reality of cockroach milk. First, let's talk about that armor. A cockroach can withstand an impact of up to 900 times its own body weight without taking internal damage. Their exoskeleton isn't just a hard shell. It's made of flexible, overlapping plates. When pressure is applied, these plates slide underneath one another, allowing the roach to flatten its body like a pancake. This is why a giant cockroach can squeeze through a crack no thicker than a quarter. But usually, you never even land the hit. Trying to swat a roach feels like they have psychic powers. They don't, they just have wind sensors. On the rear end of a cockroach are 2 tiny antenna-like appendages called cerci. These are covered in microscopic hairs that are hypersensitive to changes in air pressure. When you swing a shoe or a magazine at a roach, it pushes a wave of air in front of it. The cerci detect that puff of air and send a signal straight to the roach's legs, bypassing the brain entirely. The roach is already running before your shoe even hits the floor. But what if they do sustain catastrophic damage? What if they lose their head? If a human is decapitated, we die instantly from blood loss or suffocation. A cockroach does neither. Cockroaches don't breathe through their mouths. They breathe through tiny holes along the sides of their body called spiracles. Furthermore, they don't have a high-pressure blood system like we do. If a roach loses its head, the neck simply clots and seals off. The headless body will continue to breathe, stand, and walk around for over a week. It only eventually dies because, without a mouth, it cannot drink water and dies of thirst. But the wildest cockroach fact has nothing to do with survival. It's about what they feed their babies. While most roaches lay egg cases, the Pacific beetle cockroach actually gives live birth. And while the babies are developing inside the mother's brood pouch, she feeds them a liquid that crystallizes in their stomachs. This liquid is literally cockroach milk. And scientifically, it is a miracle substance. It is packed with proteins, fats, and sugars, making it roughly 3 times more nutritious and calorie-dense than cow's milk. It is so efficient that scientists are currently trying to synthesize it in labs as a potential superfood to solve human malnutrition. So, the cockroach is a biological tank. It wears collapsible armor, it breathes through its sides, and it might just be producing the protein shake of the future. If you want to survive the apocalypse with more wild facts, make sure to hit that subscribe button.